said, hey, do you want to be employee of the month or a comedian? I never worked again a day in my life.
You left that job, say, yeah.
I literally walked out that day. But you need somebody to say the thing that ignites the thing in you. And so no matter what anybody thinks about me, I want to be the person to ignite that thing in somebody that may change their whole, because Kevin Hart also did it for me.
You said that you've given flowers to Kevin, a lot of people do, that Kevin was the reason why you started stand-up.
I didn't even ever think about doing stand-up, ever.
So did you see him on stage? Did you watch one of his specials? Did you meet him somewhere? What was it about him that made you think, I can do that?
I didn't. I think comedians are the most brilliant people on the planet. I never thought I could do that. I wanted to be Stuart Scott. That's who I wanted to be.
Okay.
That's who I thought I was going to be. And then I went to theaters to see Let Me Explain.
Okay.
Back in 2013. And I watched it, and he sold out Madison Square Garden multiple nights. He's crying at the end. And I saw in real time what it looked like for somebody to have a dream and then make it beyond their wildest dreams and cry tears of joy, but also see everything that I'm telling you, it felt like I could see everything. I could see his mom not being there, his relationship with his father, the hard work, what he went through in his marriage, raising children, traveling to do comedy, coming out of Philly, going to New York all the time, not necessarily being accepted, all the no's he's been told. And in this one moment, I did it. And he's crying, and I'm looking at him going, you need to go accomplish something. You need to go set goals and accomplish something. I didn't even choose comedy because Kevin was in comedy. Comedy just happens to be my calling. If I could cook, I would have went to the Cordon Bleu after watching that. You know what I mean?
You'd have been won the James Beard Award.
Listen, I would have had a Michelin star restaurant, everything. I was so motivated, but I got on stage 3 days later.
Did you?
3 days later.
Had never been on stage before?
Never been on stage, nothing. Got on stage 3 days later.
You do realize how strange that is.
Man, I was that.
That's like going to watch a football game and say, I ain't never played football, but I'm going for football. I'm gonna be a football player.
I'm telling you, that's how, can't nobody tell me nothing about Kevin. Kevin moved me. And that's all I hope to do. That's all just, words can't, I see you talk about your brother.
Yeah.
Can't nobody, every time I see it, man, I hate that y'all be making me cry. But I know what that is. To see somebody, and when you be like, when I sit here and talk about how amazing you are, and I know you sit there my brother, the best football player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's to have that person, you know what I mean? I'm like that with Dave Chappelle, right?
Yeah. Dave
Chappelle is the greatest thing in the world, man.
Chappelle is, he might be the GOAT. I mean, I watched him as Tully in Blue Streak.
Yeah.
I watched him as Reggie.
Reggie Warren.
Yeah. Should I get him? And to see, because the way he can storytell.
Yeah.
The way he can take actual events. I mean, he can take real events where these and I know some people get upset when he talks about the trans community and he talks about the Jewish community, but the way that monologue that he did on Saturday Night Live might be the greatest monologue that I've ever heard.
They don't understand what Dave, nothing is on accident. That's the part that that bothers me when he gets criticized, because people act like he's doing thoughtless comedy. And y'all got to understand, a lot of thought, a lot of research, and a lot of care went into what he's saying. It's not for no reason.
It ain't happenstance.
Yeah.
It's calculated. He gonna force you to think.
Yes. And my comedy is that way. And Bill Burr's comedy is that way.
I love Bill Burr too.
And so Patrice O'Neal's comedy is that way. Chris Rock's comedy is that, and those are the people who influenced me the most. So meeting Dave Chappelle, 50 Cent did this show in Louisiana because he's opening
that big festival.
The big festival.
Yep.
And shout out to CH who got me on that show. And I went down there, and Dave came. Dave had his own green room. Everybody is like huddled around. Dave walked by. He's so nice. It's so ridiculous how famous he is and how accessible he makes himself in moments. He ain't super accessible, but in moments. Especially with comics, he makes himself accessible. And he came and said hey to everybody. And he said hey to me. And he took 2 steps to walk away. And he stopped and turned and was like, a huge fan. I was like, who? And he was like, he was like, oh man. He was like, your writing. He was like, you're brilliant. Come to my green room, man. I was like, what? And I told you, I got imposter syndrome really bad. I was like, there's no way he talking to me.
Yeah.
And then we went in the green room and we're talking. He was like, yo, I see your stuff. He was like, I think you do comedy the right way. You're a brilliant writer. He was like, take my number if you need anything, let me know. And I'm just like, this some Hollywood shit. He don't mean it.
Right.
And then 50 Cent came in the room, and 50, he was like, hey, 50, if you do anything comedy, you need to see if you can hire him. He's an amazing writer. He gets it, or whatever. And I'm like, I think this dude is serious. And then so, like, Dave, I was like, I don't have my phone. He gave me his number. And then, like, when my special was dropping, he reached out. Whenever I went to see him in Atlanta, and I was just like, oh, in my mind, I'm like, he, whatever. He invites me to go do Firehouse, his club in Ohio. I was like, he just says that. And then when he sees me, he's like, hey, man, when are you gonna do Firehouse? Hey, man, I told you could. I was like, oh, he really means it. He really means it. He's a genuine person.
Because you've been in that situation where people say things and they don't really mean it.
Yeah.
They're just saying it in
and
that
they're
moment
not at that level. Yeah. And him and Kevin really be like, reach out. If I can do it,
I'll help you.
I'll help you. And they really mean it.
Wow.
So to like the guy, I never even thought I would even know these people. And they respect and like